everyone. So happy New Year, happy 2020. It's really cool because I see a lot of people with their roaring 20s outfits and everything. I kind of just like, I was gonna do that, but I wore leggings and a sweater instead, but whatever. Anyway, so this reading will be, what does your person find attractive about you? What do they find physically attractive about you? And then loving messages, okay? So we're gonna use the vice versa tarot to look into like just generally what do they find attractive about you. Okay, the Shadowscape tarot is going to go more into physical, you know, if the cards overlap with the meaning, you know, we'll see it how it comes out, obviously. And then just general loving messages from the Romance Angel Oracle deck, okay, because this is a love reading, of course. Okay, so we have pile number 1, this marble bracelet, pile number 2, the tiger's eye, and pile number 3 with the pearl bracelet. Okay, so you can pause if you want to. Timestamps will be below. You can subscribe, get a reading yourself, personal. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just gonna put these more off camera because it's awkward when it just kind of sits in the corner like that. So I have a little table that I'm putting it on. Okay, so pile number 1 with the, I'll put that more here. Pile number 1 with the marble bracelet. Okay, so what does this person find attractive about you? Okay, so you have the 9 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 10 of Wands, the King of Pentacles. Okay, physically attractive, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, 4 of Cups in the reverse, 4 of Swords in the reverse, 6 of Wands. Okay, I'll put these off to the side and then I'll like pull them up at the end, okay? So, like when I was shuffling, I kind of just saw how these cards came out. I was just like, okay, I feel like I know exactly how this reading is gonna go. I feel like you don't have to be, but I feel like a lot of you watching this might be male because I'm seeing a lot of masculine energy here. Or you could be a female that's just really in touch with like their masculine side, okay, like, you know. But also, by the way, if you ever like, you know, I know I pull out the cards and they're in reverse because they're double-sided. I just read them in the upright however they come out, okay? So if you see me turning it, I'm not like manipulating the cards for anyone who's like new and doesn't understand that. So so the overall energy being like the 9 of Cups, and it's not like this way, it's this way. So I feel like what they find attractive about you is that you don't sit back and wait for things to come your way, like abundance and everything. I feel like you're more of a go-getter. Like you really work hard, okay? You really work hard for what you want, okay? Like the song 7 Rings is in my head, like Ariana Grande. Like I see it, I like it, I want it, I bought it. So it's like, or when I got it, whatever. But you know that freaking song. So you guys are just like the type of people, like you, gosh, this is like everything about this reading. You know exactly what you want and you actually go for it. I feel like you're very hard workers. You could be an earth sign, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of you could be an Aries because I randomly thought of Aries just now when I was like saying those signs. Also, because I'm seeing 4, you could see 4. You could be seeing the number 4 a lot, okay? And when I think of 4, I do think of the Emperor, okay, which is Aries. So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys could have Aries somewhere in your chart. You might not be aware of that, but you can check your chart. Or maybe this person that you're inquiring about has Aries in their chart somewhere. Like it might not be their sun sign, but I feel like it could be like their moon, their rising, their Venus, whatever. But yeah, I feel like they really, like, they find it very attractive that you are a hard-working person. Like, you really want an abundant life for yourself. And I feel like they could kind of see that as, like, marriage material. Because, like look at this, like, the King of Pentacles. That's kind of, like, the father. Like, I feel like this is, like, the most stable king in the entire tarot deck, you know? Because, like King of Swords is kind of, you know, kind of cold, or like they're really wise and they're like, I'm just gonna think. And the King of Wands is like bold, entrepreneurial type of person, like they're a little more flashy. And the King of Cups is more like, I'm very in control of my emotions, you know, like they do have a lot of emotions, but they kind of, you know, keep it to themselves. But I feel like for the King of Pentacles, it's just like, it's like the perfect husband, the perfect father. Okay, so I really feel like you guys are definitely like earth signs and you're males. Okay, so if you're a male viewer, okay, if not, I mean, like, if you know, you could just be cross-watching this, and this could just be what you find attractive about this person. So just stay tuned for the romance cards, just to kind of see how it will play out with this person that you're thinking about. But I really feel like a lot of my male watchers, or just very like more dominant masculine traits people, masculine trait femmes, are watching this. But yeah, you're very much a go-getter, and I feel like they see that as like marriage material. Like you could be even like this. I don't know how I just like glazed over this baby. Even this baby right here, I definitely feel like they really do see you as like being a perfect parent, okay? Like they could see themselves like kind of growing old with you, and just like starting a whole life together, because they just see you as a stable person. Like, you know, and I feel like, because like this side has a different kind of like feeling, but this side of the Four of Pentacles, it's very like, it's very balanced with all the alchemical symbols for each of the elements, like fire, earth, water, air, all at the top right there. It's just very imbalanced. Okay, so I feel like also the green is the heart chakra, in case any of you guys wondering about that. But like, yeah, you're just a very grounded person with all this root chakra, all this red showing, and it's like you're just a go-getter. Like, it's like you see something like kind of off in the distance, and you're just like, I want that kind of life for myself. And I feel like, yeah, they see that you're basically setting like the groundwork for a really abundant life in the future. I feel like they see you as being this very successful person. Right now, you know, you could be pretty young and kind of like, you know, struggling right now, like working really hard to, you know, make your money and have like a stable career. You know, you could be like, I don't know, you could kind of go from job to job. Like some of you could be like freelancers or something, or like maybe you just kind of started working, like, you know, you could be pretty young, maybe just graduated college, or just worked straight out of high school or whatever. But, you know, like you probably just got working right away, and yeah, you're really young, but they do see that you do have like this motivation and this drive, and they find it very attractive. Okay, they find it very attractive how you're so motivated, and how like you do kind of plan ahead, and like I feel like with everything you probably plan ahead. Like you really do think about your future and what you want. And I feel like for you, it's kind of like, it doesn't matter who you end up with, who you marry. I feel like you're the type of person that's like, I want this wonderful life for whoever I end up marrying, like for my future wife, my future husband, my future kids. You know, you're just like, I want this very successful life with whoever I end up with. I want to be like the breadwinner, you know, for this person. Okay, so I feel like that's where I'm kind of getting like the whole like stereotypical male, because I feel like, you know, you want to be like the head of the household that like makes the money. Like I feel like you're a very traditional person in that way, okay, with the Hierophant, okay, because Hierophant talks about traditional values. It's like religion and marriage as well. So I feel like, yeah, you're a very traditional person, and you do have very traditional values, and I feel like this person does too. So I feel like they respect that. Like I don't really think they're gonna argue with you and be like, excuse me, like I can make money too, you know. Like, not to say this person's like a gold digger. I don't think, no, that's not the case. I just think that they just admire how hard you work, and I feel like they don't mind kind of having these traditional values with you if you guys get together. You know, I really do feel like this will be like a really nice like marriage. I feel like you guys probably definitely are going to be together, right? Just looking at this, because they really just do see you as someone that they want to marry, because I feel like they know that you are going to have like such a stable life with each other. And yeah, again, they don't mind having this traditional life. Like if you're the person that's like, you know, I want to be the one that's like, I want to be the provider. Like I feel like you're just very much, you want to be the provider, and they probably like, you know, they work too, they make money too, they're very driven. They don't want like a deadbeat, you know, and you're not a deadbeat. Like you're a good person, you're very motivated. Like I got the song Scrubs by TLC, like I don't want no scrubs. Scrubs is a man that can't get no love from me. I love that song. But yeah, some of you could also like kind of oldie music as well, just randomly thinking about that. That's not that old though. Don't make me feel old. That's not that old. But you know what I mean. Like R&B type of music too. and like pop music and stuff. Maybe they're into that. But yeah, no, so I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like you probably, like, for this person, they probably, you know, come across a song or something that just reminds them of you. Like, it could be like songs about like being successful or making money, or just saying how they don't want to be with people who aren't motivated, and you are that person. So it's like they're over here like singing with their friends, oh, I don't want no scrubs, you know, whatever. And they're just thinking like, oh, if I was with this person, I wouldn't have to worry about that, because they, you know, they're all set, they're all good to go. Okay, so that's cool. And now let's kind of go more into physical attraction. Like, the way how these cards, like, they're all in the reverse, which is very weird. Like, I feel like maybe initially you weren't originally this person's type, but they're just so attracted to you anyway, you know? And not saying you ugly, no. Because honestly, I feel like some of you probably kind of look like this person, you know? Some of you are probably kind of built, have like a nice bone structure, strong arms. I'm seeing arms too, with here and there, okay? Some of you probably dress very nicely as well, okay? They could probably like your hair. They probably really nice hair that they like. So let's see. But yeah, because the way how these are all in reverse is kind of weird. Like, it's weird. But yeah. For physical attraction with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Because the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse it talks about like karmic cycles and like bad luck and everything. So it's weird how that's like in the physical attraction. So let me just like just give me a minute to kind of look at this, because like you can see it's a little weird. This made perfect sense. This part down here, I'm like, wait. So I might just have to just look at it how it, you know. Let's see. I don't know, like I really feel like, because I don't really think that it's all about looks with this person. I don't know, like I feel like, you know, they could, you know, you could have muscular arms, you could have nice hair, you know, but I feel like when it comes to this person, like, they're not really that focused on your looks. They're really just focused on, like, you know, personality. Like they really just see, it's like you could look like literally anything. Like, I'm not really getting like that specific of a look with you guys, like, other than like maybe just a little muscular, nice hair. But like, other than that, I don't know, I just feel like when this person first saw you, you probably weren't initially their type, but they like a million other things about you. Like, they just like other things about you, not necessarily looks, okay? But like, I'm worried though, because I feel like some of you just hearing that might take it as an insult. I don't really think it's an insult though. I'm just seeing, because like the way how these came up, it's like it doesn't really say anything specifically about looks. But I'll look in the handy dandy book real quick just to kind of see what I can like look at. So, you know what, actually, wait. So looking, this is why you look at the book sometimes. Sometimes you look at the book. So, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it does talk about bad luck, negative emotional forces and all that, but it also says out of control, okay? So, regarding physical attraction, it could be like, you know, for some of you maybe, yeah, like they initially were like, you're not really their type, but they do like your personality, and then their attraction to you just kind of went out of control. Like, you know, like maybe like, yeah, at first they're just like, I don't really know about this person. Like, you know, like, yeah, they're funny, they're motivated, they're hard workers, they're cool to be around. I like their personality, but at a first glance, you know, they're not necessarily the person I initially thought I would end up with. Like, you know, they're not really my type, but just seeing how they are personality-wise, all this stuff I find attractive about them, like, I just find them irresistible now. So I kind of feel like, it's like, I feel like this could be more of like a destiny type of thing, like this, you could be dealing with like a soul connection, like a marriage soulmate, where it's like, even if you weren't initially their type, because they're so attracted to all this stuff about you, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are, they just have this uncontrollable attraction towards you, because it's not really in their control. It's like they're gonna be with you regardless of how you look or how they feel you look, because like, even if you weren't initially their type, they just feel this magnetic pull towards you that's beyond their own control, okay? It's beyond their control because it's more of like a destined type of connection, I feel like. So they're just like, oh my god, this person seriously is just so irresistible. Like I just think about this person all the time. And you know, like I feel like the more you think about someone, the more attracted to them you are. Okay. Like I feel like you probably could have manifested this person towards you. You know, that you probably have like really strong manifestation powers. You know, so you could have manifested this person toward you, and then like they just like they suddenly find themselves thinking about you all the time, and then they're just like uncontrollable urge, uncontrollable attraction towards you. Okay, let's look at the Four of Cups in the reverse. So like for physical attraction, this talks about like being aloof. Okay, this is boredom, missed opportunity, aloof. So let's see. I'm kind of getting like maybe you have like this kind of like mysterious vibe to you, like physically, like when they see you, you know, you could have like a total poker face, and I feel like they probably like that, you know, like they never really know what you're thinking. It's like a little bit of a mystery, but like it just kind of entices them, and they're just like, you know, like you probably have like a really attractive, like, you know, smoldering face when you're just kind of sitting there, you know, maybe sitting there eating, or like playing an instrument, you know, or just doing whatever work you do. Like maybe they saw like pictures of you working, or you know, maybe maybe you have a lot of like tagged photos like on social media, and like maybe like if they first started talking to you, maybe like they try to, I don't know, maybe they like wanted to find a picture of you to show their friends. Like maybe you're not really the person to really post that many selfies or something, I don't know. And like they look in tagged photos, and they're just like, oh my god, like this person is like so aloof on their own, but then like you, I don't know, maybe like you, like they look at you in like a tagged picture, and they're just like, this person, like they don't even have to try, like they're so photogenic, like they're not even like really smiling or trying to like pose or anything, but they're just so photogenic, just kind of sitting there, like you really just have like this total smolder. Like I'm kind of getting like John Hamm, you know, like Don Draper, that like really smoldery type of look. You know, I feel like you have like just very masculine like look about you. Like I said earlier, maybe like really nice bone structure. You know. Ironically, this person actually looks a lot like John Hamm. I don't know if you can see that. I feel like it's probably blurry, but like. Actually, it's gonna like mess up the white balance, but see, like that person kind of looks like John Hamm a little bit. Okay. Alright, cool, they didn't mess up the white balance. Yeah, so like they just like find you like very smoldering, like you're just minding your own business, but you just look attractive. Like you don't have to try. I feel like they're just like, this person really does not have to try. They just look good no matter what they do. And maybe other people, you know, maybe other people like friends of theirs or something were just like, really, you find this person attractive? I'm not trying to insult you. I'm really not trying to insult you. I just feel like you probably just have like a very unique look, or maybe like, I don't know. I'm kind of seeing white male. Maybe this person isn't white, you know, so like maybe they have like friends who also aren't the same race as you, and maybe they have their own preference or whatever. I don't know, and maybe they're just like, really, you find this person attractive? And they're just like, yeah, you know. But yeah, I just, no matter what you are, I just feel like they just find you very smoldering, and you don't have to try, and they're just like you could just be sitting there just kind of like looking off into the distance, and they're just like, wow, this person is so attractive, you know. Maybe you, if you like this person too, I mean, I imagine you would if you're watching this video, be like this person too, and you're trying to play hard to get. Maybe when you first started talking, you tried playing hard to get, and you're just like, oh, let me just like look away whenever they see me, or like, you know, you might stare at them, but then the second they look towards you, you kind of look away, and then they just kind of see you almost ignoring them or like being aloof, and they're just like, oh, this is so frustrating, but they're so attractive, you know, like they just find you really attractive, just like doing nothing, you know. So yeah, sorry how at the beginning of that it was like, probably not, but like it's not that you're probably, no. Either way, still when they met you, they could have originally felt like you weren't really their type. Like maybe you didn't really have the same like hair color that they usually prefer. Maybe you're shorter, or like maybe they like really tall guys or whatever usually, or whatever, or a different like ethnicity. But then like so you're not their usual type, but just something about you they just find so irresistible now, because as they got to know you, they feel this magnetic pull towards you. They just find all this stuff so attractive about you now, regardless. Okay, so yeah, just a very smoldering, aloof look, and kind of playing hard to get or whatever. They just find it very irresistible. It just draws them towards you more, because they're just sitting here like, what is it about this person that just makes them like, so hot? Like, I don't know why. Like, what is it about this person that I just cannot resist, Irresistible, So the Four of Swords in the reverse. This is restlessness, burnout, lack of progress. I feel like this really is more just tied to this card as well, with the whole like playing hard to get type of energy. Okay. Also, honestly, with burnout, I'm kind of getting like a stoner, I don't know, maybe you have like a stoner look to you or something for some of you. Because, like, again, the way how these cards are, you gotta read them how they come out. So this is, yeah, physical attraction. So restlessness, burnout. Yeah, so along with the whole looking aloof type of thing, maybe because you work really hard, you're probably like, I don't know, you probably have like this kind of groggy, tired look to you sometimes, or maybe like every single day, you probably just like, have like coffee for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like that type of energy, that type of vibe, and they just like, they see you, like I feel like what otherwise would be considered like disheveled or something, they just find it attractive. I don't know. I feel like they respect the grind so much that they're just like, even you looking tired after a long day of working, like, oh my god, it's gonna eat you up, like, it's kind of funny. I feel like it's actually kind of funny how they find this like so attractive. But I feel like if this is really resonating with you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you just have that, like, I'm not necessarily thinking like, dark circles, but I just feel like you could be like really tired, and yeah, you just that's when you have that really like aloof face where you're kind of like a little out of it. But like, I just feel like it just kind of adds to the smolder when you look a little tired. They maybe like you have like that groggy voice, when you just wake up, or like, like that really groggy voice when you're tired, and they're just like oh, it's hot, like, oh my god, it's so hot. This person's funny. But it's like, I understand that though. I feel like every single pile, there's at least one or two of them that I also resonate very much with. And I feel like I've been resonating with 1 and 3 a lot lately. So yeah, this is really funny, because I'm like, I could totally see that. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's like, when you're working and you have this like kind of tired look to you, they just find it so attractive. Like, you don't have to try it. Like, you don't necessarily have to smile. I feel like just your aloof, resting face they find attractive. Like, you might have a little bit of a resting bitch face in all honesty, but I feel like they are just like, it's so attractive. They find it attractive. They see it more as like a really, sexy smolder. Like, they see it as a smolder, and they love it. Like, they really love it for some reason. They love it. Okay. God, that's really funny. And like, this is the 6 of Wands. Again, I'm mainly just seeing arms here. You probably have like nice arms, nice pecs, okay, nice hair. Alright. I feel like you probably have like a group of friends or something that you're always around, and I don't know, but I feel like they could also find that attractive, or maybe, I'm thinking like, maybe in your group of friends, they think you're the most attractive one. I mean, obviously they like you, but I feel like in general, like, don't tell your friends that we're saying this, but I feel like in general, like, in your friend group, there's probably like a a very known like consensus with multiple people that are probably like, oh, him, no, he's the most attractive one of his entire friend group, like he's the hot one, you know, like I feel like you're the hot one in your group, okay? So yeah, it's like in your group of friends, you're just recognized as the hotter one, just like something about you is just really attractive. Like maybe you have like kind of like a boyish charm, or yeah, just that like smolder you got going on, like I don't know, maybe you kind of come across as like the bad boy, the really aloof dude, like, you know, just like very attractive, and they just find it so attractive. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like you probably have like a pretty attractive group of friends, you know, a pretty chill group of friends, whatever, but they see you in that friend group and you stand out. Like maybe that's how they first saw you. Maybe when they first saw you, you're with a group of friends and they instantly kind of picked you out of the crowd, or you know, or like you kind of came in with a bunch of people, but they immediately looked at you, you know? Like they immediately looked at you and they just thought, oh my god, this person's so attractive. And then yeah, as they got to know you more, or maybe like saw you and see how much you work, they just became more attracted to how, like, your work ethic, okay? So yes, now let's look at the romance angel cards. Very soon. Past life relationship. Wedding. Okay, so that's cool. That's nice. Whew, okay. So yeah, like I was saying, they really do see you as like their future husband. Like they're really attracted to that motivation and drive that you have, and I feel like you guys probably definitely are like going to get married. Like, you know, this could definitely be a soulmate connection, like how I said, where like even if you weren't initially their type, something about you just kind of pulls them, maybe because you had a past life relationship, maybe you were married in your past life. So yeah, the attraction is very, very strong. And there you go again with the arms and the hair, okay? And yeah, very soon. So you probably know this person for a while, maybe. And you're probably going to come into union very soon. You're probably going to get into like a nice committed relationship very soon. I feel like this is a very present, like, I know who this person is energy. You know, I feel like whenever I do these readings, it's more like you already know who this person is. I don't really think it's like oh, you'll meet them, but if you haven't met them yet, I feel like you will soon meet them. Like very, very soon you will meet them. You might not know right off the bat who it is, or maybe you will if it's a past life relationship. Like, you know, you could see them and kind of feel this pull towards them. But yeah, you are dealing with like I would say a twin flame, okay? Because you didn't get the soulmate card, but this is a past life relationship. But obviously it is going to lead to marriage. So yeah, you were probably married in your past life, and then very soon you will come back together, or come together and really be in a relationship with each other. And then you'll get married. Yay. Awesome. That was a really cool reading. So yeah, that definitely seemed to be predominantly for the males. So any male viewers, male peepers, and if you're not a male viewer and you're just a cross watcher, then, well, that's what you can expect. Wedding, it is past life relationship, whatever. So if you're watching this as a cross watcher and you're like, oh my god, I do find that very attractive about them, I do find that really attractive, then they're probably just in your energy, because, you know, it could be mutual then, because you basically picked up the energy that they otherwise would be watching, you know? But yeah, so thanks, pile number 1. Alright, so let's go on to pile number 2. Actually, let me make sure this is fully white balance. Okay, cool. I am a film major. I gotta make sure that is white balance, because when I did the whole John Hamm thing. Anyway, so pile number 2, the Tiger's Eye bracelet. Let's see what this person finds attractive about you. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Page of Cups. Okay, physically attractive, Nine of Cups in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Strength card, Queen of Swords. Okay, we're gonna save these for the end. Okay, so when I was looking at this right off the bat, I kind of felt like, I feel like what they kind of like about you is that you're kind of hard to get, okay? And like, that was kind of touched on with the last pile, but like not fully. Like that was just like a very small snippet of it. But I feel like for you, I think like I feel like you're not easy, and I think they like that about you, you know? Like it might even be hard for them to talk to you sometimes, because like, you know, I feel like you're very closed off, you're very reserved, and you don't just take an offer from anybody. Like you don't, you know, you don't really dwell on stuff like that. I feel like you're very like just very independent kind of single person, and they actually like that. Like they like how it takes a little bit more hard work to really get towards you, you know? It's almost like you kind of cut through the crowd of people that like are attracted to you. Like I don't know, I feel like they love the chase when it comes to you. Like just something about you, you're just like, whatever. I'm not into you like that. Or like you're not gonna win me over that easily, and like they just love that. Like they just love how like how guarded you are. It seems weird, but like that's just what's coming up. So you're probably like, yeah, I'm a total introvert and I do that, you know, but like, you know, it takes a while to really like get you to kind of warm up to people. At least people that maybe you're attracted to, or people that you know are attracted to you. I feel like in general, when it comes to like friendliness, whatever, you're an easy person to talk to, but like suitors wise, you know, like if there's someone who's like kind of attracted to you, like you know, you don't just give in that easily, okay? And like with the Knight of Swords, I feel like that can kind of be a fuckboy energy. So I feel like you ignore those people. Like, you know, like you're not, like you aren't really one to kind of go for the all talk, no action type of people. Okay? Like you don't really care about like a bunch of like kind of immature energies of people that are just like just trying to win your attention and being all flirty. Like, you know, you don't really flirt back. Like you kind of put up a fight a little bit, you know. That sounds a little creepy. Not, you know, not like a creepy way, but you know what I mean. Like it's not easy to win you over, okay? It's not easy to win you over. Like if someone's flirting with you, whatever, you might be like, okay, yeah, sure, and just turn back around. Like at a bar or something, someone's like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And you're like, no, I'm gonna have my own money, that's fine. You know, like that type of thing. Like you're not an easy person, okay? Like you're not easy to just get. Like you're very hard to get. So I feel like they almost kind of see you as like a prize. Like you know, ugh, God, this sounds like so weirdly sexist, but like you know what I mean though. It's like I'm not trying to like, you know, read it in like a negative way, but I feel like they do kind of see it as like a prize, like if they actually got your attention, because they know how hard it is to get your attention with other people. So they're just like, oh God, if I can get their attention, like if I actually can win them over, like I'll feel on top of the world. I'll feel like the most attractive person in the world, the most amazing person in the world, if I can actually get them to talk to me, because otherwise they ignore everyone else. But for me, like, you know, they want to be with me, you know, they want a piece of this. So God, they want a piece of this. But yeah, so I feel like they find that attractive, how you don't just take anybody's offer, you know. So I feel like they're just like, this person must really like me if they're talking to me, if they want to be with me, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting for the top part. But yeah, you're just very introverted, kind of shy person. They probably just like that you're really shy. And like you only let like a really small amount of people into your circle. You don't talk to everybody, you know? You're very, you know, very closed off. But they're like one of the very few people that actually got through to you, or will get through to you, you know? You know what I mean? Okay, so physical attraction. The Nine of Cups in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Strength card, and Queen of Swords. I'm seeing Leo energy with the Strength card. And this could be you with the Queen of Swords. You could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Okay, but we also have, you know, yeah, we have like 2 air, 1 pentacle, 2 fire, 3 cup cards, you know. Let's see. So there could be a lot of like emotions regarding this connection, maybe like a lot of like moodiness back and forth with some of you. Yeah, so like the Nine of Cups, ironically, yeah, pile number one got Nine of Cups from the other deck, but this deck is so vastly different from this deck. Like the way how I read them too, it's crazy. So I kind of feel like, let's see. Ironically, this is the deck that I never have to read, but for this particular reading, I have to like look at the denotative meanings to see the physical attraction aspects, because like it's not like that clear. Okay, so let's look at this. Nine of Cups in the reverse. I'm kind of getting, maybe you like, I don't know, maybe you dress really nicely. That's kind of what I'm getting, because this is like, this is in the reverse. This just talks about like materialism, greed, dissatisfaction. I kind of feel like I probably shouldn't be reading it in the reverse, but I'm not going to turn them. That's how they came out. Okay. But like, I don't know, I kind of see with this, maybe physically, like you always have like a nice outfit, you know, you always get like the newest fashion trends. Like I feel like you're a very trendy person, so kind of materialistic, but I feel like that's something that they do find attractive about you. Like they do, like they like that you put an effort into your look, you know? Like maybe there was like something that originally you weren't that satisfied with, or it could also be saying that they actually find like things that you probably don't find attractive about yourself, they do find attractive about you, whether it's like weight, or how you laugh, or like your hair color, like whatever. I feel like they like it about you, like they find it attractive. Okay. But you know, in general, I just think you probably also just dress really nicely. So, Page of Pentacles in the reverse for physical attraction. This is like a young card. I feel like maybe you're younger than them. Maybe you act a little more youthful than your age. Not like in an immature way, but I feel like you're a little more fun-loving and youthful. Okay. Let's check this goddamn book, I swear to God. This is short-term focus with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, either way, reading the book, I obviously have to put my own intuitive spin on it, because like it's not gonna give me like the actual physical attraction, like, because these aren't those cards. I just have to look at it myself, but it does help a little bit. So like, what? Short-term focus? I feel like with physical attraction, I don't know, I feel like maybe you kind of get distracted sometimes, but they like that. It's weird because like it says, they're saying that they like that about you. Like I just feel like this very like youthful energy, like, you know, maybe you don't kind of sit in the same place, the same energy. Maybe you have like this little quirkiness to you, like you're a little fidgety or something, you know, like you have like a, oh my God, you have this like kind of nervous tick about you or something. Like, you know, maybe you like kind of shake your leg, maybe you kind of like, you know, bite your nails, or, you know, twirl your hair or something, or maybe you kind of like play with your thumbs, or, you know, I just feel like a little bit of a fidgety energy with you right now. So yeah, you could do like a little cute stuff like that, but I feel like they find it adorable about you. Like I feel like they think it's really cute because you're just like, you know, just like a little shy and fidgety, and like you just have this nervous tick about you, and they just think it plays on like your like innocence, and it just looks really, it just seems really cute, really adorable. They're just like, oh, this person's so harmless, like they're a cute little bean, you know, a small bean. Like you probably say things like small bean, like SMOL bean. But yeah, I just feel a very youthful energy with you. They just think you're like adorable, you know. They just sitting there fidgeting, staring off into the distance, getting all distracted, you know. Maybe like you know, almost like a puppy dog. Maybe you like see like a squirrel and you're like, oh my God, like a cute animal or something, and you just kind of trail off topic and do something else, and they're just like, oh, like they just, I feel like this person's like a lot older than you, not that much older, but just old enough to be older than you, you know, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they're older than you, but maybe by like a couple years. Like, they're still pretty young themselves, so I feel like they're probably no more than, like, maybe 10 years older than you. Like, I don't think they're that much older than you. But yeah, they just, something about you that they just think you're adorable because, like, you know, you might, I don't know, maybe they catch you zoning out sometimes, you know? Like, they kind of just, like, see you staring at the wall, or like when you're nervous and don't really know what to do, you kind of just pull your phone out, or, you know, or maybe in conversations, maybe sometimes you kind of have this habit of interrupting people in conversations, which not everyone likes that, but I feel like this person, I feel like they just find it kind of endearing because you're such a shy person that, like, even though interrupting people, it is looked at more as rude, I feel like with you, because they're not really used to just seeing you actually, like, really talking and being, like, excitable and everything, when they actually see you just, like, talking, or, you know, even if you're interrupting someone and really just getting in conversation, they find it cute because they're like, oh, they're actually coming out of their shell right now, like, they're comfortable around me, like, they want to talk to me, they're not shy and uncomfortable because they're actually, like, really jumpy and hyper and talking and interrupting, you know, and I'll just let them because, like, I'm glad that they're talking to me right now, you know? Because, yeah, I know not everyone, personally, I don't like being interrupted, I hate when people interrupt me, but I feel like just with this person, they just appreciate that you're comfortable around them enough to interrupt them talking, and you're not, like, it's not awkward, it's just like very back and forth conversation. Maybe you've had long conversations with this person, and you kind of jump from topic to topic to topic. Like, you don't sit on the same topic too long. Like, you jump back and forth, and they love how, like, excited you get. Like, you kind of just, like, you kind of just, like, light up when you talk about a different topic, and they're just like, ooh, new topic. Ooh, this person's really fun to talk to. Ooh, I like it, you know? Like, it's almost like it's like a talk show with you. I feel like they just enjoy that. Strength card. You know how I mentioned animals? I feel like, yeah, maybe at one point or another they saw you with animals, and they just see that you love animals, and they probably like that about you too. Like, yeah, just like this, it's just this very innocent, sweet energy, very youthful energy with this deck, you know? So yeah, maybe they like that you like animals. Also maybe just like warm colors, like this golden orange type of tone. Maybe you wear that a lot. Maybe that's your hair color. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's your phone case. Maybe it's like your favorite jacket or outfit, or again, hair, jewelry, eyeshadow, whatever. But maybe you just always have, like, this kind of warm, like, goldish tone that you always kind of wear, and maybe I feel like they think you look really good in that. Or maybe you kind of have, like, golden undertones, like, in your skin, you know, so that they're just like, oh my god, you're so golden, I love it, you know. What else? This is Leo energy. I feel like Leos are just they're very confident people, but I'm just getting more of a shy vibe from you. Okay. I feel like maybe at times when you're not talking to them, they just see you as a very, like, patient person. Maybe you kind of get into, like, a little bit of a meditative state, like how I said earlier, where sometimes you might zone off and just kind of stare at the wall or something. Like, I feel like they can kind of look at you zoning off for, like, ages, you know, like they can just look at you while you're just, like, in this meditative state, and that's, like, where, like, the beauty comes out, and they're just like, wow, like, you know, they're so beautiful, just kind of sitting there, you know. Like, they look so beautiful, just kind of sitting there, just kind of staring off, zoning off, whatever. Maybe, like, I feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe they always see you waiting in a line or something, you know? Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe they maybe they met you at like in a public place, like a coffee shop or something, and they kind of saw you just waiting in line, and maybe while other people are like, you know, tapping their foot, looking at their watch, being like, oh my god, it's taking forever, you're just kind of standing there, just like completely poised and patient, and you're not having a fit, you're not huffing or puffing, you're not rolling your eyes, you're just standing there very patiently, you know. It doesn't have to be a coffee shop. It could be literally anything. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe you go to events with this person. Maybe you go to concerts with this person. Maybe you just go to museums or like, you know, just public places. I feel like that has a line. They just kind of see you, you know, whether they're, I don't really think that they're next to you in these lines, but they just see you in line, maybe off in the distance or something or whatever. And they're just like, this person is always so patient whenever I see them. You know, other people are like really like being impatient and hyper and annoyed and huffing and puffing, but this person is just so patient. I love how patient they are. Okay. And I feel like with that, it kind of like while you're sitting there, you just have this very wise look to you. You know, it's funny because it's like I was gonna say this earlier, but then I kind of stopped. Like, when you have this like youthful energy to you at times, like when you warm up and you're more comfortable, but otherwise, you probably like when you're just kind of standing there, but before they really talk to you or someone really talks to you, you have this very like wise, mature, like aura energy about you. Like you just look like a very wise person when you're just kind of standing there. Like you look like you're in deep thought, okay? Just a lot of like meditative deep thought, which also, yeah, that's also meditation. That's kind of what I was picking up here. So yeah, just this deep thought with you, and they just kind of see you again, just kind of zoning off, and they're just like they must be really thinking really deeply about something. I wonder what's going on inside their head, okay? And like, maybe like when they see you in these public places, like I said, how they're not next to you, you're probably by yourself sometimes, and they actually like they like how independent you are. Like, you don't really need to maybe if you're with a group of people, other people are talking to each other, and you're just kind of like maybe headphones in, just kind of staring off in the distance while they're talking, and you don't feel the need to jump into the conversation all the time. But when you do, they do like talking to you, you know. So like yeah, like you just have this very like independent feel about you when they see you. You look like you're very much in deep thought, you're a very patient person, and when they do talk to you, you know, you're very hyper and you jump from conversation to conversation, and like you might interrupt them a little bit, but they like, because they like how conversational you are, because they probably barely really get to talk to you. Like, they probably do see you a lot. Maybe they see you in pictures, maybe they see you in groups or crowds of people, but like they don't really get to talk to you one-on-one. So when they do get to kind of see your personality jump out a little bit, they get kind of excited about it, and they find it really attractive. Okay, so wait, before I put these away, let me just keep them out while I look at the romance card. Okay, just so that you don't think that the reading's over. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the romance angel cards. So, worth waiting for, flirt in the reverse, and true love. Aw. Okay, so for one, I feel like this person, like, because they know that you kind of have this, like, this energy with you, they know that they can't just flirt with you how they would flirt with anybody. I feel like they probably at times are a little afraid to just be flirty with you, because I feel like with you, they feel like you would allow them to, like, you know, you would talk to them, you would be very like flirtatious, but at the same time, they know that that's not really your style. Like, you're not really that great at flirting, so they don't really try to be someone that they're not, or make you be someone that you're not. You know, they just want to have like a more intimate conversation with you, and not like casual flirting with you, if that makes any sense. So worth waiting for. Yeah, I feel like you probably many moments where you're at a distance from one another, you don't really see each other that much, and they just kind of, they look forward to every time they see you. Okay, so divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah, this could be a divine connection. Okay, and then true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. So I feel like, yeah, this is a connection that is worth waiting for, and they do feel this, and it just makes them like you even more when they think about you, and they just think about how independent you are, and how quiet you are, and how, like, you know, you don't you know, you don't let just anybody into your circle, but they're glad that you kind of accept them into your circle, or you know, they love how you talk to them, they love how excited you get, whatever. And then like they kind of have to go long periods of time not seeing you, but then when they see you again, you know, they get excited again, and they just feel like it's worth waiting for the next time they see you. Like they feel like they're gonna see you again. I feel like you will see this person again, but it'll just be a little bit of a wait, but I feel like it is bound to be like a really nice, strong connection, because there is a lot of like romantic feelings and true love in there. Okay, so thank you, pile number 2. I hope that resonated for you. Yeah, get a personal reading, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, comment down below how it resonated. If you're a cross-watcher and you want to be like, oh yeah, I do like this about that person, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So thank you. And last but not least, pile number 3. With this pearl bracelet. So what do they find attractive about you? 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Lovers, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, there's another card. 3 of Swords, physical attraction. Okay, 2 of Cups again. Well, no, that's the Lovers, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, a lot of 6s, the Temperance, Knight of Swords in the reverse, and then we'll save these for the end. Okay. I mean, off the bat, I do feel like this is a soulmate connection that you're dealing with. I feel like this person probably feels that. They feel a really strong connection to you. I feel like they can really conquer the world with you, so I feel like they find this attractive about you. I feel, for those of you who picked pile number 3, you might want to check on their energy for pile number 1, because they got the King of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this is very much like, for the people, for pile number 1, that probably is your counterpart and how you think about them. So see if that resonates with you. But, otherwise, if you're just here for shits and giggles, this is a nice reading though. So, let's see. So what they find attractive about you in general. Let's just start from the very beginning. So, I feel like this person, like, fantasizes a lot about you, okay, with the 7 of Cups. And, like, this side is more like the mystical side of the 7 of Cups. Like, this side is, like, a little weirder, but this is a nice side to get. You know, I feel like they really imagine having so much with you, you know, like I don't know, like they see a really bright future with you. And yeah, I feel like they very much are in their head a lot about this situation, not in a bad way. I think like they just fantasize a lot about a life with you and like being romantic with you. Like they romanticize you a lot, and they just think about you in every way, like literally every scenario. You know, like they really like go into a lot of detail. I feel like they have a really big imagination when it comes to you and like a life with you and just being with you. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. I feel like, let's see. Because, like, I don't want to go too much about them. This is you. This is what they find attractive about you. I feel like with these 2 cards, maybe there are a lot of people that are attracted to you. I feel like you probably do have a lot of options, but you don't really go for all of them. Okay? Some of you could have Cancer in your chart somewhere. Maybe they do. There's just a little crab right there. But like, just whenever I see like the celestial body on these cards, I just feel like universe, destiny, whatever. I feel like it's like a very divinely guided type of love, divinely guided connection with you two, and they probably really do see that, and they feel like, you know, they do see themselves kind of going the distance to be with you. You know, like this Knight of Cups is like on their way. They might be on their way towards you. Okay. Like I feel like they have this urge to kind of like, you know, sweep you off your feet. Let's see. Sorry for taking such a long time right now. Because I'm trying to be like, this is what they find attractive about you. I'm not necessarily going into their intentions or whatever, but that's kind of what's coming up. But like, I feel like, I just feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe like just when they first saw you, they just get they just have like a lot of fantasies, a lot of imagination about what could happen with you. Okay, so like, I'll go more into that, but let me just look at the other cards. So yeah, they do see you as like a soulmate. Okay, I feel like they do see you as like their other half, or that you will be their other half. Okay, I feel like they could find a lot of balance with you. I feel like they see you as like, you know, I feel like you're a female. They see you as like the mother of their children. They see you as just like a loving wife. Okay. I feel like, you know, I'm also seeing with these two cards, I feel like maybe like you've probably interacted with this person before, and maybe they weren't fully giving you what you deserved at the time, so you did walk away. And it did kind of, it, you know, it was probably heartbreaking for both you and them, but I feel like they do respect how you were like, I'm not gonna settle for what I don't deserve. So they kind of look at you as kind of like the one that got away, and they do see you as like the person they're gonna end up being with, you know. So maybe for the time being, they're like, okay, they saw you walking away, and they know that you had to do what you had to do just to kind of teach them a lesson, you know, like a karmic lesson or something. So yeah, like you walked away, and it was very significant, and they don't want you to walk away, because like I felt like it did leave them heartbroken, but it was necessary at the time. Okay, so they see you as like this positive person, no matter how much heartbreak you've gone through. They see you still as like this very loving, warm, giving, optimistic type of person. Like you're a very giving person, because this Queen of Pentacles, like she gives so much to the point where like her own foundation could be cracked a little bit, because she gives so much to other people, you know. So I feel like they probably see you as like very selfless, you know, just a loving, giving person. Maybe very one with nature. Like I said, optimistic. Like these are lemons down here. So like, you know, you're very much like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Like, you know, you're just a very positive person. You always have like a more positive spin on things. Okay, so even when you dealt with heartbreak or grief, rejection, sorrow, you've always found a way to come out of that. Okay. So I do feel like you do have like a past with this person, whether you guys were actually together or not. I feel like maybe at the time, maybe like I said, they were a little too much in their head about it, so they didn't really know how to approach you, and maybe you kind of got tired of playing mind games or whatever, so you were like, okay, I'm gonna leave, and you didn't like that, they didn't like that, but you had to do what you had to do. But I feel like it helped them realize that you are, you know, that you are soulmates and that you are meant to be together, and I feel like they had to lose you to love you. Okay. And I feel like the attraction was always there regardless at the very beginning, but there was probably a time where they almost took you for granted because I feel like you were always there. But the second you kind of walked away, that's when they're like, nope, I don't want to lose this person, I don't want to lose this person. So I feel like they're trying to kick it into gear and like really, you know, be with you, you know? So physical attraction. Well, for one, looking at this, you might wear a lot of like floral patterns, you know, like I feel like you're very like very feminine, very girly type of person. I'm not trying to apply gender with it, but I just feel like I feel like most of you probably are females watching this right now. And if not, you are a male that is not afraid to get in touch with your feminine side, okay? But I feel like this was a lot of like chaser runner dynamic maybe, and like they like maybe, I don't know, you walked away because you didn't like how you were being treated, like I said, but whatever. And then that's usually what the divine feminine does. So yeah, you just have like this very like divine, like regal type of thing with you. I feel like maybe you dress really nicely, and yeah, again, you wear like a lot of floral patterns. Maybe you look good in pink or green. Okay, so with the Two of Cups, I feel like they just think that you're like beautiful, like absolutely beautiful, you know, like they might be more attracted to you than you are to them, you know, because like if this resonates with like, because yeah, this pile number 3 has Queen of Pentacles, and pile number 1 had the King of Pentacles for this deck. So I feel like that your counterpart is pile 1. Like if they watch it, if they come across the video, you know, if they were to, everything on that probably describes how you feel about them. So I would definitely watch pile number 1 if you got this pile, okay? But where like for that, they may not have been your type in the very beginning, but there are other things about them that you found so irresistibly attractive. I feel like the moment they saw you, they thought you were beautiful. Like the moment they saw you, they just thought you're the most beautiful person they've ever seen. They really had like love at first sight, and they're just like, oh my god, like they probably felt like you were their soulmate before you realized it. And you might be watching this like, no, like I'm gonna watch a pick a card. They don't have to watch pick a card videos to know that you're their soulmate, you know? They might not watch pick a card videos at all, but you know, maybe at one point or another they talked to a psychic or something, who knows. But I feel like they have always known that you were the one for them the moment they saw you. They just think you're really beautiful. It's like the moment they saw you, it's like they immediately just like, it's like their life with you just kind of flashed before their eyes, okay? Like very love at first sight. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles. I feel like they see you like physically very abundant and very successful. I mean, you probably dress just really nicely. You probably have like a lot of really nice things. Like, you know, you always have like the highest tech gear, you know, like a new phone or something. You have like nice jewelry, you know, you always have like nice shoes, nice clothes, nice jacket, whatever. You know, like basically you don't dress poorly. Like I feel like you just have this very like rich look about you, you know? Maybe a lot of you come from like very like rich households, you know? And even if you don't, I feel like they just see you as that, like, you know, they just see you like dressing like a really nice person. Like, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say flashy, but you just look like you have a lot of money, you know, like you take care of yourself, you know, you make sure your hair looks nice. If you wear makeup or not, you make sure that you look very clean and put together at all times, you know, kind of like a little bit of a perfectionist. I feel like they like that about you. They like how you do care about your appearance, and you don't just walk around wearing anything. Like, you know, you make sure that even if you're like slumming it, you're not slumming it, you know? Like, I feel like you couldn't slum it if you tried. I feel like no matter what, you always look nice. Even if you're just wearing a t-shirt and leggings or something, you always look put together, and they like that about you. It's almost like you can't go wrong. It's like no matter what you do, they just think you're gorgeous, you're attractive no matter what. Like you could just, yeah, you could be wearing like a burlap bag, a burlap sack, you know, like a potato sack, and they'll be like, oh my god, like it looks like an evening gown on you. Like, how do you do that? You know, like how do you look good in everything? You know, you could be like, oh, I just rolled out of bed. They're like, you rolled out of bed and you look like that, oh my god, like how do you look like that? You look so great, you know? Like just something about you is always taken care of. Like maybe like, yeah, maybe your hair is always done. I'm seeing like really like long silky hair. And yeah, just dressing really nicely. But something that you do, there's probably like one key thing that you always make sure looks good. Like maybe you always have your nails done. Maybe you moisturize all the time. Maybe yeah, like you don't wear ripped up clothing. You wear just really nice clothes. You have a nice coat, you know. You're not afraid to spend a lot of money on quality clothing that you can wear for years, that don't rip up, you know, that isn't like tacky, cheap fabric. You're not into fast fashion. You're into more like, you know, more regal, I keep saying regal, but like fancier, nicer, finer things in life. I feel like you like the finer things in life, and they appreciate that. And I feel like they want to be the one to provide that for you further, you know? But yeah, like you just have this very wealthy look about you. Like it's like you were brought up really well. Like you know how to dress, you know how to look. You wouldn't dare to go into a public place looking like a mess. You would never do that. They like how you care about your appearance, not in like a conceited way, but just in like a, like you want to look nice. You don't want to look like a bum. You want to look put together at all times, and they admire how you always look nice, you know? So, Temperance. I feel there's a lot of patience with this, like, a lot of patience with most of these readings. I feel like at one point or another the word patience has come up. But, this is Sagittarius energy. You don't have to be a Sagittarius, you could be a Sagittarius. But, with this like blue and yellow though, I feel like you'd kind of change up your look a lot, you know? Like you're not afraid to try new things. Okay? Let's see if I'm missing anything for that. Moderation, okay. Maybe you might not think so, but maybe you eat pretty healthy. Like maybe, you know, maybe like you have a nice diet where you eat everything in moderation. Like you're not necessarily on like a strict, you know, you're not necessarily on a strict diet where like you can't have this, you can't have that. Like you still enjoy, like again, you enjoy the finer things in life. That could also include like delectable treats, you know. You eat whatever you want, but you do it in moderation. Like you don't go crazy, you know. Like you do still have this like healthy aspect with you. I feel like they like that because you probably do take care of your body. Okay, a little butt right there. Maybe they really like your physique. Like they like your butt, you know. But yeah, just this like very balanced thing. You might have like a little bit of a bohemian look to you sometimes. Like maybe, you know, maybe you like to wear a lot of crystals. Maybe you know, at times you kind of have this like little hippie, like I said, bohemian look, but not like a dirty hippie, you know, like a clean, still put together, but you just have like this very like eccentric look about you, this earthy look about you, and they like that. Okay? Like you're very yin and yang, okay? You're probably a very calm and zen person. Like they could just see you and you're just minding your business, you know. You're sitting there and you're really chill, you're really laid back, you know. You're not over here having a fit, you're not obnoxious, you're not loud, you're not annoying, you know. You're just a very calm, like cool, calm and collected person. At least when they just kind of see you like by yourself or just chilling. Like, you know, you could be a total jokester with your friends or something, but like when they just see you in general, like, you know, you're just a very like calm person. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This is like in the reverse, kind of like scattered thought. Okay? Disregard for consequences and scattered thought. I feel like well, this is physical attraction, but like this card is kind of like saying like you're not afraid to say what's on your mind, like, you know, you say whatever comes to your mind. But I'm kind of getting with these two cards, like this temperance, and then this is talking about scattered thought, disregard for consequences. Just kind of mixing it up a little bit. I feel like at times you can be very bold. It might be very surprising to them though, sometimes because you're such a calm person, like, where like they might have initially seen you as someone that's like really cautious and like does everything by the book. Every once in a while you kind of do something outside of the box, like very bold, very very brave, and they like that about you, you know. But this is more like physical though. But I mean, like this is a communication card. So I feel like maybe they watched you talking to other people, okay? Like they watched you have a conversation with other people, and I'm actually kind of getting you probably have like a very raunchy, vulgar sense of humor, and I feel like they love that about you, because otherwise you're like almost like a kumbaya, very mellow person, but then the second you start talking, you have like a sailor's mouth, and I feel like they love that. I feel like they think it's, I feel like they probably think you're really funny. They just, you know, because like, you know how comedians are made to be offensive. Like they're like the most offensive, but it's so funny. Like not like day night, oh my god, not like daytime shows or like those night talk shows, but like a comedian, you know, like you're funny. Like you say like the most provocative things, like the raunchiest, what other words? Yeah, raunchy, provocative, like I said, vulgar. Like you just say anything, you know, just to kind of provoke people, not like in an asshole way, but like you just have like that really funny sense of humor. Like you probably grown up watching a lot of comedy, a lot of comedians, stand-up comedy specials, shows like, you know, Family Guy or like Rick and Morty. Like, you know, you probably watch shows like that, and like and yeah, like you maybe like since you were a kid and you just developed that sense of humor, and like so even though like they see you as this like really calm, really mellow person, like, you know, the mother of their children type of thing, fantasize all this romantic stuff about you, and how like put together and like regal you look at times, every once in a while, like, you know, either they've spoken to you or they heard you talking to friends or something, and they just see you crack a joke or say this really raunchy, vulgar thing, or they just hear you go, oh, fuck off, and they're just like, oh my god, what? Like, you know, it kind of catches them off guard, but I feel like they find it very attractive. Like, they love that about you, like, because yeah, like you're not like, I feel like you're not as conservative as they probably once thought you were. You know, like once they heard you talking, they're just like, oh damn, like she has a mouth on her. I love it though. Like that they're probably the same way. They probably have the exact same sense of humor. Like you probably see very much eye to eye. I feel like you guys are kind of on the same wavelength, on the same level, because they were the King of Pentacles and you're the Queen of Pentacles. You know, but yeah, like they just love your sense of humor, and just something about that, it just makes them even more attracted to you, because it's like, you know, yeah, you have this very put together look about you, but then the second you start talking, you're even more approachable, because, you know, you're funny, you're goofy, you curse when you talk, you know, you're a jokester, your raunchy, vulgar sense of humor. They just think you're hilarious, you know. Maybe they told their friends how funny they think you are. Maybe their friends also know how funny you are. And like, yeah, whenever they just kind of hear you just randomly just say like an inappropriate joke, or like a borderline offensive, not crazy offensive joke, they're just so like taken off guard. They're like, oh my god, like you like you know, floral wearing, you know, like, oh my god, like, you know, you wear floral print everything, and like, you know, you're always so put together, but the mouth on you, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that, oh my god. And like it just makes them more attracted to you, because there's just this level of coolness now, you know. They're just like, oh yeah, no, like, you know, you look like almost like a queen how you dress, but, you know, but humor in conversation, you know, you're approachable, because, you know, you're not like this really prissy, like, oh, I've never, like, you know, you're a very approachable person, because you kind of talk like a comedian, you know. You don't have like a stick up your ass, you know, like You know, like you look very put together and everything, but then the second you start talking, they just think that it's just like a different person, and they think you're hilarious, and I feel like that just makes them more attractive. That makes them more attracted to you, because now you basically touched on every single point, like every single checklist that they wanted, you know? That's why I feel like it's almost like they love so many things about you, like, you know, they fantasize so much about you, because it's almost like you're like the entire package, you know? And I feel like they're really big on humor. I feel like you guys might have, like, when you guys get together, you're gonna have like this really hilarious like relationship. Like, you're gonna be like a really funny couple. You're gonna be up all night like just cracking up with each other, okay? So, unrequited love in the reverse, chemistry, soulmate, okay. Oof. So I feel like, well, this is in the reverse, so I feel like the feelings are definitely mutual, okay? Unrequited love in the reverse. I feel like maybe there was a time that maybe you thought that it was unrequited, or maybe it took a while for them to really admit they have feelings for you, but I feel like the feelings have always been there. Maybe they were afraid that you might not like them, because like I said earlier, they pretty much always knew they loved you. Like they had love at first sight. They always knew that you were meant to be in their life, but you probably weren't initially attracted to them. That maybe they weren't really your type. So they probably thought that you didn't like them, or maybe, yeah, at first they like you a lot more than you like them. And you probably still like them a lot. I don't really think there's unrequited love at all, but I feel like because like their feelings are so strong for you, they're afraid that you might not feel the same way, you know. So they're probably like really hesitant and shy around you. But there is a lot of chemistry, a lot, like a really strong magnetic attraction, because you're soulmates. You know, you have the Lovers, you have the Two of Cups. You know, even this counterpart is the same as the other deck. You know, so I really feel like there is like a lot that you guys are really compatible with. And yeah, like it's like everything you do, I feel like they just find so attractive. Like no matter what you do, they just think you're like the most attractive person ever. And yes, this is your soulmate, okay? So yeah, you feel that pull with them, they feel that pull with you. I feel like the feelings are mutual, okay? Because Temperance in love readings also talks about mutual feelings, okay? Also, I basically had this covered up the whole time, because obviously being pile number 3, I shuffled your deck last, and then this card, the Two of Cups on this deck, was quite literally just kind of staring to me in the face when I was putting things away. So yeah, that's another confirmation. Okay, you have Two of Cups, Lovers, soulmate, chemistry, you know. So yeah, if you ever question if this is your soulmate, I feel like this is your soulmate. They know it, you know it. Like, I feel like you guys are both very aware, and you're both very attracted to each other, okay? So thank you, pile number 3, the pearl bracelet. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, message me for personal reading, comment down below how that resonated with you, and please do watch pile number 1 just to kind of see, like, if I got how you feel about them, you know, just to kind of see how it resonates more, okay? So thank you, and good night.